Greetings there, my fellow botanists. Radaman here. Thank you for tuning in to Stationeers Brutal Vulcan. Episode 35, Sowing a Fern Forest on a Hell Planet. I know I'm going to need a hell of a lot of trays, so I'm just going to start printing trays. Because probably all of them. We can print like 67 trays. I might need all of them, but I'm going to need most of them. Farm is fine. So I'm pulling all of the nitrogen, and wow, we made a lot of nitrogen. All the nitrogen into the farm. Truth be told, it could be 50-50 nitrogen carbon dioxide. I mean, it makes more sense to have more carbon dioxide because most of the plants want carbon dioxide, but now it's sitting at about 14. Well, that's probably a misreading. It hasn't averaged out. About 14% nitrogen. Ah, they're seeding. Nice. I like to see it. All right. I am going to put my soy in the front row. And I know the ferns I just planted, like, don't have grow lights. I am aware. But they will. Oh, I don't want to replant the seeds, though. The seeds are, like, emergency crop. Alright, before the base gets... And then the second row will be wheat, eventually. Once this wheat is finished. So this is ferns. And... there we go. Alright. Looking good so far. Some of the requirements will be for piping too. But I'll finish the first 35 before I go to that. Alright, let's put these seeds away. And put the... so soybean seeds, burn seeds, and then put this stuff in the refrigerator. Yeah, clank. I didn't get clanked. Although I wasn't physically close to it. Clank is more about, like, objects impacting my suit, and far less about, like, objects printing in a finite area, unless that finite area really gets too full, but that's pretty unusual. You usually don't get clanked that way. Alright, if we wanted grow lights, I am low on cables, so let's get some cables printed up too. And insulated pipes, which is steel and silicon. God, we have so much silicon from all the nitrogen we've produced. I have like 400 grams of silicon. Like prior to this stream, like I had like 50, and then I would re-up 50. Like I just mined what I almost immediately needed, But now I needed nitrogen. So I was like, all right, time to just get like hella silicon. Because like it was all of a sudden a demand that I hadn't had previously. And these are cables for the grow lights. Now I know that we've been having like brownout problems, and adding more grow lights to a farm that is already experiencing brownout problems is like less than productive. I get it. I get it. You don't need to point that clear problem out to me. Fixing our power situation can and will be another goal at some point. But I can also just be, like, responsible and turn crap off when I'm done using it. I mean, that's another very reasonable way to, like, make sure we don't. Alright. So, we're going to want to run... grow light cables... from here down to a new set. I haven't actually made the grow lights yet, but I didn't want to be stuck holding like 4 extra cables in my hand, so there we go. And we are doing 7x5s, so once we hit 5, then we get the pipes. Oh shoot, I shouldn't have done that. Well, whatever. And this is just like vaguely, roughly the range of the grow lights. Where we'll have a new row afterwards. In fact, I might even be able to get even more than that, given the total volume that we're adding to the farm. Because this is 2/3 of the farm. So it will expand even more. And these pipes, it's worth noting, are like completely unnecessary. It's just an aesthetic decision. You don't need pipes, you don't need to separate them out. This is just like purely because I wanted them to very clearly delineate row plots, crop plots, whatever you want to call it. I don't want to put them here because I don't want them like clipping into a the frames. Okay. I'll get them seated. And I'm going to leave this second row empty, because the second row is going to be wheat. I'll do 7 wheat, 7 soy. I might expand it at some point, but I don't have a lot of wheat and soy seeds initially. I probably could expand the wheat, but whatever. I'm only doing 7 and 7 until I figure out exactly how much I need to keep myself fed regularly with bread. And then everything else is ferns, up until I get access to darker ferns, which would be expanding out the runway. Which is, I should include as a voting priority at some point. So we're keeping that intentionally empty, and I have spots for 3 more. I like it. All right, let's get the grow lights. Actually, you know, what is the pressure in here? Yeah, it's fine. Flooded a little bit more with the CO2s. And I think you know what I'm going to do next. And there's one more layer to do as well. I think I have the CO2 for it, so I'm just going to hit it. We're going to expand out max. We are about 100 kPa, just shy. Nitrogen percent is still totally fine to push out a little bit more. I might need to smelt some cobalt in order to, like, really get the numbers up, but... There we go. This is the max, or the expanded greenhouse max size. It is a big room. It's like a quarter acre of crops, which on Earth could feed you. And given, like, the scientifically hydroponically... Oh, that's empty. Plots I've got here, like, yeah, I mean, you know. Alright, grow light time. And, might as well put the trays down. So we're gonna need 4 more grow lights. I probably don't need more cables, though. And the grow lights are on batch... they're on batch writers, so I don't need to even do the logic. That will be automatic. I think we ran out of carbon dioxide. We're at 80-something pressure, and I had this on, so I'm assuming I need to filter some more CO2. No problem. It's weird, I can't even see the back of the farm. It's like just that big. You know, it's probably a good problem to have. Okay, am I out of CO2? Absolutely, yep. So, we'll start filtering more CO2 in so that we could use it. I've got a lot of oxygen that can become water. I've got no more nitrogen. Let's make a batch of water. I will do waste tank, ox tank, and then turn off the back pressure regulators once they regulate so that we conserve power, because they're somewhat power hungry. And for now, I'm even going to flick these off. It doesn't mess with the logic as soon as you turn them back on. It's fine. I'm going to flick them off except for the storm reader. Save power. Because I know that, you know, I got to be a little more conservative with my power usage until I fix the multiple network power problem. Shouldn't be an issue. If you're wondering about my power draw right now, 3.4. But I know that with this transformer in, I can't burn anything out. So if I get too close to 4.9, you know, it shouldn't kill me. Okay. Let's hydrate before I print up the grow trays. Isn't Jetpack low? No. I normally fill it about 4K. It's at 3.7, so it's almost full. I haven't been filling to like 10. Because when I go outside, the external temperatures will raise the pressure in my jetpack, and I don't want to risk doing that. It's worth noting, maybe the game mechanics have changed, but once upon a time, I know there was a big problem with your welder. Many patches ago in Stationeers, your welder had a can of fuel, and that can of fuel wasn't insulated, so if you ever went into a hot atmosphere with the can of fuel, like Venus or Vulcan, it would, like, explode. And it was, like, so annoying. That's not a thing anymore, though, so I don't really have to worry about it. Alright, so we'll need 4 grow lights, and they're going to be printed up here. What's funny is I can just, like, look at the LED and be like, oh, okay, it's like 85% or 86%. It's rounding. I don't even need, like, the LED data is, like, right there. Same with power. It's like cheating. It's like, what am I, like, reading the bits? Whatever. Alright, let's grab our steel. Where is my steel? It's in here. An electron. Do I have silicon in there? No, lead. Okay, so that's the full stack of silicon. I want to stack my metals because it's a little weird. So I'll just stick them all onto the e-printer. Lead can be out here, though. So we need 4 grow lights, wired up, and then more trays, and I'll print the trays next. I have to figure out how many... I haven't counted, so how many trays left to be made. But I might need iron for that. You always rush electric welder? Yeah, I mean, the gas welders aren't as, like, explosive and annoying. But if you are in a pressurized environment, obviously gas welder is, like, a detriment, because if you're using gas in an environment that you want to breathe in, that ain't great. It's not great in real life. I just, you know, if you know the YouTube channel Chubby Emu, which is a medical channel, one of his latest videos was about someone using brake cleaner to clean out rusty metal so that he could practice welding, and he killed himself. He, the brake cleaner was made of chlorinated chemicals, and he breathed in essentially like chlorine gas or some chlorinated gas and like liquefied his lungs and died. So, needless to say, breathing in that pollutant in Stationeers, yeah, like, not good. Don't do it. It'll kill you. It'll kill your plants, too. It'll kill your little dog, too. Something like that. Oh, this is just... Give me oxygen. Yeah, if only he had a medical pill. He had a full medical team. It wasn't enough. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put his lungs back together again. So, my grow lights are above. You know, maybe I'll space them out better. Yeah, let's do that. Because, like, I installed them in a rush before, but it makes more sense if they were... Oh, right. I don't have room for the cables. Spaced out a little bit better. So I'll fix the OG ones. Oh god, this is annoying. Don't pick the ferns! And these aren't a batch writer, so I don't think I need to do anything in terms of their connections or anything like that. That looks better. So that is the first install frame on the second. So that would be... Oh, you know, it's actually not a one-to-one. I'm sorry, I'm speaking in, like, gibberish. Did I not bring my grow lights in here? Oh, I did. I was like, what is my problem? So they're installed over the third tray. So over the third tray would be here. Yep. That's equivalent. And then installed over the third row. Yep, that's equivalent. There's where the grow lights are going to be set up. Perfect. Grow lights are 70 watts apiece. So they're not insignificant, but they're not likely to cause me to brown out. But it is a concern going forwards. It's worth noting. Like, I'm probably going to want to separate my greenhouse off of the rest of the base's grid, because, like, the greenhouse could easily be separated, both the logic and everything, so that it wasn't causing power problems. I could also do the same thing with HVAC. My filtration units. It's not the filtration units themselves, it's the pressure regulators. Or even the crew quarters. because the refrigerator and everything is kind of power hungry as well. All right, making sure that this worked. Here's my network analyzer. 62,356. Is apparently the new standard. So what do I need here? I need 5 and 7, so I need 12 more trays, right? And then we're done. And I should resew them with the ferns. But I believe that is, that's all that it is needed. Now that I've, filtered some fresh CO2, let's flush, depressurize. And we're still sitting at 11% nitrogen, so I'm not worried in the immediate future of running out of nitrogen for the soybeans. Should be fine. These 5x7s should only use one grow light. You're right. They should, if it's centered. When I originally installed them, there were some like dead spots. I think they actually changed the grow light illumination logic last patch, and I haven't adjusted the base for it. They made the grow lights more... They made the illumination from the grow lights better, in other words, but like I haven't tinkered with that. Is my grow light logic still working? Grow light, batch compare, vertical. So vertical, when it exceeds 90, the grow light should turn on. So we'll see here in just a minute. If the grow lights flick on, then yeah, it still works. So 12 more trays. And I've got enough for 27 in the amount of iron I have. So perfect. We'll be able to finish the greenhouse expansion, which means I need a new priority. I'm just typing up some options. There we go. It's a big old poll. Big poll. But there's all the options. And thank you in advance for voting. So I adding more, expanding the landing pad, adding more automation logic. Automation logic like automatically turning on and off filters and that kind of stuff. I've also added split the power grid, and viewer suggestions is always at the bottom. Speaking of the power grid, how are we doing? What are we drawing? 3.5, and the lights will turn on at vertical 90. I haven't checked trading opportunities. I have to do that again. One of the we're also... Yeah, let's stop doing that. I'm not too... Oh, well, that's the wrong analyzer. I'm not too worried about the amount of oxygen I use to make water or whatever, because we are producing a lot more of it. Like, I haven't actually done the math, but essentially more than tripled, because all of the new trays are ferns, which is a lot more oxygen than wheat or soy or potatoes. So a little bit more than tripled our oxygen production. And you can see the moles of the oxygen just like ticking up quick. I need more volatils. Alright. CO2 carbon dioxide filter sucks. There's a little bit of life left on it, though, so I'm going to leave it in for a little bit longer. And then, how's my vol filter? It's fine. How is... nitrogen filter should be fine. And then water filter should be fine. Yes. We're still processing water. And I have a liter to be flushed in. I'm assuming the coolant... yeah, the coolant is struggling with the production. That's actually another project that I could include in the polls, which is to improve water production. Because the coolant used to condense the steam into water could be improved. And I would say I have room for like another set, or just to expand this set, but I'm not gonna. I mean, I don't think that's necessary at the moment. Whoa, these are already, man, wheat grows fast. So I'll be able to move the wheat to the second row here in a minute. Isn't temperature control my water that? Sort of. It could be tied into the same system. But yeah, temperature control the water, really what that is right now the water cools down. So when it comes off the condensation loop, it's at like 70 Celsius. It's like tea temperature, like quite hot, almost boiling. And it is heat sinked using the base's air. And instead of using the base's air, I could use the base's coolant, which would be smarter. So that poll option is really to use the base's coolant, not the base's air, because using the base's air is sloppy and bad. And I should move away from that. I just haven't yet. May actually have to get ferns to finish the seeding, to tap into my supply. Well, I wouldn't care. I don't think I'm about to run out of ferns. Plus, I'd like keep a few seeds. Yeah, I have like 35 ferns in the fridge, something like that. Oh, yeah, there it goes. I was like, why is this middle one is always slow? But yeah, you can see all the grow lights are on. Power draw for the moment is sitting about 4 kilowatts, just shy. Once this seeds, I'll move it to the second row. But all the soybeans are thriving. Yeah! Project complete. Alright, so let's grab, we'll need 1, 2, 3, 7 ferns to finish the fern seeding. But yeah, we now are making oxygen like boku bugs. Me likey. Grow lights are strange. Yeah, if you look at the wiki, the grow lights are just like, yeah, they work. Sort of weird-ish. It's crazy. All right, so we're going to be splitting the power grid. That will be the next project. Copy 10-4. I forgot to include the medical pill, but whatever. While I'm here... And I forgot to do the bread cooking. Man, I'm so bad at updating my polls. There's just too much stuff. I'm like, there's just so much to... I mean, it's a testament to how, like... how much content there is in this game that, like, I can't even I would have like 14 different things to work on, you know, on the poles. It's like, that's just, I'm busy. I'm freaking busy. Like, some of these survival games is like, all right, go mine iron, go mine iron, go mine iron, grind, go mine iron. This is just like, oh crap, there's just everything. I'm freaking Mark Watney running a moon base, you know, a Mars base. Like, that's, it works really well. It feels like that. I feel rushed. I feel like everything is a panic and I'm like never done with anything. Everything could be improved. Everything's makeshift. And like, that's just good game mechanics, man. I might move the wheat even if it doesn't hit seeding phase, because like, I don't care. It saves me like 3 wheat, big deal. I'd rather just like have the wheat in the right spot. So I can set and forget. So some of these are like poorly, I don't know what's going, I mean, let's take a look. Says you're poor, it's probably illumination stress. Yarp. It's weird, because like, some have real illumination stress, some don't. I know that like, the plants mutate. Oh, is that because it's overlapping? I don't think it is. It's either lit or not lit. It's not like double lit isn't a thing. So I don't really know why it's complaining, but the thing is, I don't care about its grow rate because it's just making oxygen for me. So it could grow at 0.000001% speed. It wouldn't bother me at all because I'm not trying to grow ferns. I'm trying to make oxygen. So with that in mind, like, yeah, whatever. Grow slow. It doesn't bother me. All that I care about is the grow rate of wheat and soy, because I actually harvest the wheat and soy. The ferns, at this point, I do not harvest. So, we have our great oxygen bank done. This project done. Expanded, and I didn't blow anything up. It's still very good pressure. And, yeah, it's finished. It's beautiful. I really like the look of it. I brought some green to this red planet. Or whatever color the planet is, I don't even know. Alright. Let's stop filtering oxygen carbon dioxide, or check up on our oxygen carbon dioxide. And put the wheat away. Yeah, we are basking in oxygen now, guys. Like, it's... Alright, we got vols. We got some carbon dioxide. Speaking of which... I think I can breathe in this room. Almost. Once it equalizes, we'll see. But it should be a lot easier for me to produce. Like, look at the amount of... I'm just... Those ferns are churning oxygen. So, a breathable base is way more obtainable. And then, like, an advanced furnace is way more obtainable once I have a nice supply of oxygen. But, the atmosphere in the base hasn't really equalized. It's 76 kPa at 25 oxygen. I think if I had a little bit more oxygen, I'll aim for like 35% oxygen at like 80 kPa, something like that, and that should be breathable. I'll be able to pull my suit off. So, next batch of oxygen that we make, we should have a breathable base. So, the current priority right now is to split the power grid. The question I have for you guys is, what do I split? HVAC or greenhouse. Those, I think, I'll reanalyze it. Well, actually, crew quarters I could split too. And if you want to wait to vote, because it's not urgent, what I'll do is I will analyze, the power consumption of these. Oh, I'm out of water? Oh, well, that's not exactly true. I have 6 liters of water ready to be flushed into the system. Because I just made a big batch. Shoomp. And we're still batching too, right? We are... I don't think we probably have any... Oh, we even have uncombusted fuel left from the gas mixer. So yeah, we're still... We're not even done with the last batch of water. Crazy. Okay. So in terms of the power draw... HVAC. So the active vents and the HVAC, I will say, the HVAC for the active vents and back pressure regulators do add up. It's probably also the hardest to separate out, but I'm not, it's not to say that I'm saying no. Don't vote for that. So it looks like, well, maybe saying that out loud has changed the, Oh man, this song is called Flickering, but because of kerning problems, boy, does that not look like flickering to me. Oh man, I looked up at the now planning, I was like, oh god. What is the name of the song? Oh, Flickering, yes. Alright, if you haven't voted yet, I'll give you 1 more minute to vote. One thing I know I'm going to need, regardless of the vote, is another APC and possibly Transformer. Transformer's probably overkill, but we'll definitely need an area power controller. So that's iron, copper, solder. Not lead. No one asked for that. I will probably want another heavy battery. The purpose of the heavy batteries, or the large batteries I should call them, because that's what they are, is in the case that I have some sort of power interruption, they'll keep things on for a bit, which is important. And it looks like we're separating out the greenhouse. Got it. So split the power grid, greenhouse. I have 22 cables. That might actually be enough. Now, one thing I might need to... Oh, we have a storm incoming. Storm countdown timer is working. Taking a look. I am low on gold. Low-ish on gold. So before the storm happens, I'm going to get gold so that gold is not a bottleneck for this project. Would the airlock count too? Probably? What smelts into gold? I mean, what outgasses? I know oxygen does. God, I keep clicking on the wrong thing. Give me the element. No. Give me the ore? Yes. Nitrogen. Okay, so we're putting it through the arc furnace. I mean, not a lot, but, like, technically, yes. Still. I mean, I have 10 minutes or, like, 11 minutes of warning here. It's not, like, an emergency that warning system gives me a plenty of time to react. 700 seconds or whatever it was, so. I will easily get the gold I need within the first 2 minutes of that 10-minute warning, or 3 or 4 minutes of that 10-minute warning. It's no panic. The other thing I might want to do is to get some cobalt in order to supplement nitrogen. Yeah, it depends on how far you need to go for metals, but, like, this is Vulcan. I don't need to go far at all. If you want metals on Vulcan, you'll stumble into it. You'll trip on gold. Like, it's everywhere. I haven't pushed for, like, ore scanning glasses or anything like that, because, like, it's Vulcan, man. Like, I don't need it yet. Gold's everywhere. The only thing I haven't found is uranium. But, like, there's no real uses for uranium unless you want, like, what, pollutant? That's its really only use, so it's not like I'm uranium desperate or anything like that. I have slowly transformed the surrounding crater area into a crater. I could fix that. I could get soil containers and, like, actually patch that up. That is doable. And I mentioned it, let's get a little cobalt for the nitrogen. I think there was cobalt over here. You like what I do in my series? Well, that's thanks to you and people like you that tune in and give me feedback, and because I like involving the community a lot. It's great. So there's a reason not to do big batches of cobalt, mind you, because medical pills require like a single unit of cobalt. So what I might do is the first 2 pieces of cobalt I put through the conveyor will be single gram, and then do like a 50 or something like that. So I can make like 2 medical pills, because I don't have a way to split ingots yet, because I've been lazy. Or rather, I just haven't made it a priority, because it really isn't one. So let's split 5, maybe? Do 5 micro cobalts. Oh my god, I'm getting a lot of it. Holy hell. Well, I guess it's good to have nitrogen for the soybeans. So, when in Rome. Although if this was Rome, I'd be, you know, adding lead to my water. Oops. Okie dokie, that's good. Just add a stacker to the pole? Yeah, the pole is already pretty stacked, though. So it's easier said than done to be like, add a stacker. Because a stacker allows you to split ingots, which I could use, but it's by no means critical. So I'll just do 2 for now.
Waste tank caution.
Okay. Okay. Got what I needed. Let's continue splitting the grid. Got 386 seconds left. No problem. Thank you for tuning in to Stationeers Brutal Vulcan, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rodamont.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rodamont.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, fellow Vulcanites.